Hi all, in this video I am about to explain method of separation of variables. It is just like any of the several methods used in solving ordinary and partial differential equation, where algebra allows one to write the equation so that the two variables occur on different side of the equation. Suppose if our differential equation is in terms of x and y, say x and y are the inputs. Then we need the answer in terms of x and y, but z is the output. That means z must be expressed in terms of x and y. Now here the working procedure is we have to assume that the solution is a product of x and y. Say capital X is a function of x only and capital Y is a function of y only. We can rewrite this as capital X into y. Now after assuming this, we are going to separate the variables, that is different variables on either side of the equation. After separating the variables, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to solve the equations. Now this is the method we adopt in method of separation of variables. Now let us continue solving our next question. Problem 1. Solve by the method of separation of variables. Dou square z by dou x square minus 2 into dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y equal to 0. Now let us suppose that z equal to x into y will be a solution of our differential equation, where capital X is a function of small x alone and capital Y is a function of small y alone. Let us assume this. Okay. Now in our differential equation we need dou z by dou x as well as we need dou z by dou y and dou square z by dou x square. Now let us find out. These are the derivatives we have to find out. Dou z by dou x is y is constant, so we write x dash y. Differentiate again, we get x double dash y, and dou z by dou y is x is constant, so we get x into y dash, where x dash is dx by dx and y dash is dy by dy. Yes, after finding all these derivatives, let us substitute in our differential equation. So our differential equation now becomes x double dash y minus 2x dash y plus x y dash equal to 0. Now we are going to bring the variables onto either side of the equation. This is done by simplification. Now let us take y common from the first two terms. So we get x double dash minus 2x dash into y. Now bring this term to the right hand side, so we get minus x y dash. As I said earlier, we have to separate the variables, that is x must be on one side and y must be on the other side of the equation. So thus I am bringing this x to the left hand side, I am bringing to y to the right hand side. So you get x double dash minus 2x dash by x is minus y dash by y. Thus the variables are separated now. You may observe our left hand side is a ratio of x and our right hand side is a ratio of y. But left hand side equal to right hand side. This is possible only when these two are equal and it is a constant. Say a. Now let us solve this one by one, considering each ratio. So I am considering x double dash minus 2x dash by x equal to a. Let us solve this. So x double dash minus 2x dash equal to ax, x double dash minus 2x dash equal to 0. Now this is a homogeneous differential equation and it is a second order differential equation with the constant coefficients. Now let me take you back to the previous sections you have studied earlier about differential equations. Now how do you solve a differential equation with constant coefficients? First we write the auxiliary equation, and how do we do that? We take y dash as small m, y double dash as m square, y triple dash as m cube, and then write the auxiliary equation. After writing the auxiliary equation, we solve it and then find whether the real roots are real and distinct. If they are real and distinct, say m1 not equal to m2 not equal to m3, then the complementary function is written as c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus c3 e raised to m3x. Let me give you an example. Say these are our roots, all these are different. The complementary function will be c1 e raised to 1x plus c2 e raised to 2x plus c3 e raised to minus 3x. Similarly, if we have equal roots, say m1 equal to m2 equal to m3, let us call it as m, then this is how we write the complementary function c1 e raised to mx plus c2 e raised to x into e raised to mx plus c3 x square e raised to mx. In short, we can write it as c1 plus c2x plus c3x square e raised to mx. If you have three roots which is repeated, then you have a polynomial of second degree in this expression. Okay, I will give you an example. Say 2, 2, 2. 2 is repeated thrice. The complementary function can be written as c1 plus c2x plus c3x square into e raised to 2x. Now, if you have complex roots, say p plus or minus qy, then the complementary function is e raised to px, c1 cos qx plus c2 sin qx. I will give you an example now. Say I have an example 2 plus or minus 3i. These are the roots of the auxiliary equation. The complementary function can be written as e raised to 2x, c1 cos 3x plus c2 sin 3x. What if the roots are repeated, complex roots are repeated? If you have complex roots which is repeated, then this is how we have to write the complementary function. Say I will give you an example. If you have 2 plus 3 plus or minus 3i, 2 plus or minus 3i. These are the repeated roots. They are repeated twice. The complementary function can be written as e raised to 2x. Since they are repeated twice, we have only two terms in the expression, c1 plus c2x into cos 3x plus c3 plus c4x sin 3x. Let me tell you what happens if you have purely imaginary roots. If you have purely imaginary roots, say plus or minus qy, then there is no exponential term, only cos and sin term will be there, c1 cos qx plus c2 sin qx. Say for an example, I have the root as plus or minus 3i. So the complementary function will be c1 cos 3x plus c2 sin 3x. Now let me take you back to the problem. So we have here a second order homogeneous differential equation in terms of capital X. So how do you write this? This is a homogeneous. That means the complementary function will be the solution of the homogeneous differential equation. Now we have to write down the auxiliary equation. This is done by replacing the derivatives with m. So x double dash becomes m square minus 2 into x dash becomes m minus a equal to 0. Okay, so this is our auxiliary equation. We have solved this auxiliary equation and the roots are m equal to 1 plus or minus root of 1 plus a. This is solved using the formula m is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. If you have the equation as am square plus bm plus c equal to 0, this is how we have to solve and find the roots. Now I have obtained the roots. Now these are the roots and these are real and distinct. Now what will be the solution? since we are solving for capital X, so the solution will be capital X equal to complementary function. Because we have a homogeneous equation, complementary function will be the solution. So C1 e raised to 1 plus root of 1 plus a into x, small x, C2 e raised to 1 minus root of 1 plus a into x. Thus we have got our solution capital X in terms of small x. Now let us solve the solution capital Y in terms of small y. Okay. I have taken only these two ratios in the beginning, and then now I am going to take these two ratios and then solve and find the solution in terms of y. That is minus y dash by y equal to a. Minus y dash by y equal to a. Yes, after rearranging this, we get y dash plus ay equal to 0. This is also a homogeneous first order differential equation with the constant coefficients. Here also we had to solve for complementary function, and that will be the solution. Now replace the derivatives by m. So y dash now will become, the auxiliary equation is m plus a equal to 0. Now find the roots of this auxiliary equation. So the roots are, so here we have only one root, so m is equal to minus a will be the root of this equation, and the solution will be capital Y equal to complementary function. And what will be the complementary function for this? It is C3. I have already used C1 and C2, that is the reason I am taking C3. C3 into e raised to minus a y, because capital Y is a function of small y alone. That is the reason I am writing capital Y in terms of small y. Thus we have got y as a solution. Now what we have to do is we have to substitute in our assumption. We have already assumed the solution capital Z. So solution is capital Z equal to capital X into capital Y. Now let us substitute in this. You know, capital X we have solved earlier. It is C1 into e raised to 1 plus root of 1 plus a x C2 e raised to, yes, I have substituted capital X, and now I am substituting capital Y, C3 e raised to minus ay. Now I am multiplying C3 inside this bracket, so you will get C1 C3 e raised to 1 plus root of 1 plus a into x plus C2 C3 e raised to 1 minus root of 1 plus a into x into e raised to minus ay. Since C1 and C3 are constant, similarly C2 and C3 are constant, I am replacing this by K1 and K2. So K1 e raised to plus K2 into e raised to minus ay. Thus we have got our solution capital Z, which is in terms of small x and small y. This will be the solution by applying method of separation of variables. Now let us proceed back to the next problem in my next video. Keep watching further for more videos in my channel. Thank you.